What is up, my buttery biscuits? Y'all, I'm a hot mess today. My nose is so nasally. I'm over here trying to figure out, like, am I sick? Is it just my allergies? I really don't know. I feel like it's just my nose, but I popped, like, an allergy pill maybe about 30 minutes ago, and I'm like, oh, I'm still so nasally. So if nasally voices irritate you, I apologize. But it is what it is. I was like, I just gotta roll with it. I put this video off for the past couple days now because they're doing construction, so it's been really, really loud, and I'm like, ugh, I can't film, and now I gotta do it, and then my nose is all messing up. So anyways, within today's video, we're going to be talking about Jeffree Star and Huda Beauty. Totally different topics. However, I did want to talk about it together because I don't want to make two separate videos about it. If you guys did not check out my previous video where Huda Beauty was called out by a TikToker, I would check that out first because this is just a follow-up to that. And then we're going to be talking about Jeffree Star on a podcast, which he said some pretty controversial things, which I feel like obviously that's like typical of Jeffree, but I kind of am really curious of your guys' opinions about this because, like, let me just tell you from the jump, he literally said that, like, Tati's video ruined beauty, and I'm like, come on, like, he's kind of at fault for that too, you know what I'm saying? Like, he made the beauty space super, super dramatic, so I'm just kind of like, I kind of feel like that's kind of like the pot calling kettle black, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so we're gonna be talking about that within today's video. Make sure you guys click the link down below, head over to my second channel, and go give a subscribe over there. That's my travel channel with my brother, and we upload new videos every single Sunday. Make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up. I would appreciate that. And let's go ahead and get into it. It is taking me so long to film this video, y'all. I'm like literally sitting here low-key dying inside. I'm like, oh, if my allergies came back, I'm going to cry. Because I literally was just talking to my friend. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe, like, for years I had allergies. And pretty much they would always come around this time of year. However, for like the past 4 years, I haven't had them. And then all of a sudden I'm like, wait, this is like 3 weeks in, well, not 3 weeks in a row, 2 weeks in a row now that I get it, like, sporadically. Is that the right word? I don't know. Every now and then. Anyways, let me shut up. You guys don't even care about that. The first thing that I want to go ahead and talk about is Huda Beauty right here because she did make a video about this, but she did delete it. I'm going to show you guys the video, but there is kind of a little bit of an annoying, like, background sound to it because it's a repost from somebody else. But I do want to go ahead and read you guys actually what she said back to the girl Mina. So just in case if you guys don't want to click back on the other video, basically, long story short, is this girl had gotten permission or given permission for Huda Beauty to go ahead and repost her video. However, she didn't like that they roasted her. As I did say in my previous video before, I didn't really take it as a roast. This girl did a different type of color correcting technique, which was like color correcting her color corrector, which was very, you know, different. But at the end of the day, obviously what works for her, and that's just it. But on top of that, though, I do feel like everybody is fully entitled to their opinion. That's why I'm like, I don't take this as a roast. Like, I know that Huda Beauty has messed up before in the past. I feel like she's stolen several people's ideas before, several small brands before. But I feel like in this specific scenario, it's like she really wasn't in the wrong. So many people do reaction videos, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, how is this a roast? I don't really know. Because what she said was exactly right. This girl was literally color correcting her color corrector. Like, she was using every single color of color corrector. I'm like, okay, girl, you could just wear foundation at that point, because her whole thing was kind of like to use all these color correctors to not wear foundation. But then I'm like, you're using 4 different things and you're like mixing and matching, mixing and matching. It's like, you might as well just use, you know, a tint or something at that point. Anyways, I'm going to play the full video for you guys, but I do want to read these messages right here because I thought it was a little bit weird that Huda actually made this TikTok, and then she said within the TikTok that Mina wanted her to make a video, so that's why she made a video, which I found to be a little bit weird. So this is what she said right here in the messages, and after this I will play you the full TikTok. She says, "Hey Mina, I'm so sorry about the video. To be honest, there was a miscommunication and my team was supposed to tell you that I was going to be doing a reaction. I completely agree with you. The video you did in response and honestly felt terrible when I saw the message you received. When I heard your voice in your response video, it really upset me because I felt you were upset or hurt. I'm really sorry if I offended you in any way at all. That's not my intention, and I feel terrible that I might have made you feel bad. I hope we can get past this, and let me know if you want me to take the video down," which she did take the video down. And then the girl Mina wrote back and said, "Hi Huda, now that I'm seeing it's a miscommunication, I feel a lot better about the situation. It struck me a lot at first because you're someone I look up to as a Muslim and woman of color in the industry. I'm open to getting past this, and I don't think the video needs to get taken down, but I think a video that clears up the miscommunication would benefit us. Thank you for reaching out," I think it says. It's kind of blocked. I appreciate it a lot. So that's pretty much it right there, but she actually took down the original video and then this video that she did right here. That's why this is a repost. So go ahead and check out this full TikTok right here.
My love. So the other day I did a video on TikTok and I was reacting to a content creator by the name of Mina. In the video, she applies corrector in a way that I hadn't seen before. The reaction was just supposed to be like a genuine reaction video. It works for her. It was just my perspective. It was supposed to be a little tongue-in-cheek because she did not take it that way. And she posted this video.
Yes, and then
Girl,
it should be good.
okay, we do not need to use that much color corrector.
Okay, the next time you roast me or anyone, can you at least give the courtesy of telling us what the video will be about before we agree to letting you post it?
So when I saw her video, I was really upset. First of all, the message should not have said repost. It should have said reaction. Also, I always review my videos before they go up, but this particular time, there was a lot going on and I didn't get a chance to. And when I saw it back, I actually saw it back after it was posted. I was like, ooh, sometimes when you're recording and you're just in a moment, you say things that you don't always mean. And when you get to watch it back, you get to edit that out. And I just didn't get a chance to do that, unfortunately. And I felt really, really bad. So I messaged her and we've been chatting back and forth. I wasn't planning on doing a video, but she did ask for me to do one. And so I'm going to share with you guys the messages between both Mina and I. And it was really nice to be able to connect with her, to be honest. You know, she's a beautiful person. You know, I felt maybe I offended her technique. And that's the last thing I want to do. There are no rules to makeup. We're not supposed to have rules to makeup. There's different application styles and we just have to leave it at that. I apologize and I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart and I really do hope that we can get past this.
So as you guys can see from right there, she is saying it's a miscommunication. Also, I do want to say this as well too. I feel like what she said within her video, as far as she didn't get time to like overlook the video, makes 100% sense, y'all. Back in the day when I used to do kind of like parody videos and funny videos and stupid videos, like I would look back at some of the things and I'm like, oh damn, like I did not mean to say it that way, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes when you're filming something in the spur of the moment and you're like thinking about different things, like y'all know I get tongue twisted all the time and I'm like, okay, I'm not articulating myself right. I know exactly what she means by that, so I really do understand where she's coming from with this specific scenario. I was reading some of my comments in my previous video and so many people were just anti-Huda and I'm like, okay, but within this specific scenario, like honestly, she really does have valid points. So I don't know. But honestly, if I'm keeping it real with you guys, I feel like no matter what, if you just don't like somebody, they could be in the right and so many people are still going to be like, no, they're in the wrong. And I'm like, I'm just not that type of person. I feel like Huda Beauty, yes, at times she was looking a little bit shady. I will say for the past couple years, I feel like she has like kind of stayed out of drama, unless I just haven't heard about it or seen it. But I do feel like a lot of people are still kind of like, okay, she stole like from like Beauty Bakery, you know what I'm saying? So they feel like they just, I don't know, have a chip on their shoulder about her. Do you know what I'm saying? But in this specific scenario, I don't really feel like she was wrong, and I really do kind of agree with her. Now, let's go ahead and talk about Jeffree Star being on the podcast Chicks in the Office, because y'all, this one right here, the things that they were talking about within this podcast, I was like, okay. Now, I want to say this, okay? You guys know that, okay, maybe you guys don't know this, but originally when I very first got into makeup, I've said this time and time again, like the first person to ever really inspire me to get into makeup was Jeffree Star. I'm talking about from like the MySpace days. Like I literally saw him before and I was like so intrigued by him that he was like a man wearing makeup, but then he was also like, you know, a little bit of like just something different, you know, something that I had never seen. It wasn't in my high school, wasn't in my middle school. So I was very drawn to that, very gravitated to that. Like he is the reason why I actually started doing makeup. So back in the past, I did look up to him because he was obviously something that was, you know, just a little bit different, you know, and honestly, I feel like he was like really out there, like not caring what anybody thought. And I really looked up to that at the time. Now, I do want to say as the years go on, obviously, we got to see Jeffree Star's true colors. This I want to say, though, before showing you guys the clips of the podcast, is I do feel like he does need to hold himself a little bit accountable. And I feel like he still really does struggle with that because I'm like, the fact that he said like Tati uploading her video ruined the beauty community, I'm like, okay, Jeffree, like, come on, boo. Like, you know that you ruined the beauty community as well, too. Come on. I feel like James Charles and what he did, and then Tati, you know, obviously saying this, and that, and then Jeffree, like, I feel like all three of them really just made it a whirlwind of a place, honestly. But I do have to say, though, low-key, it kind of made the beauty space entertaining. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, picture if this was on a reality show, people would be completely drawn into it. Do you know what I'm saying? But I just don't think it's right for him to put all the blame on Tati. Like, I really don't. Like, I feel like he obviously played a role in it too, which is completely fine. Obviously, we can all look back and say, hey, like, I made this mistake and I did this and I messed up. But I feel like he's still kind of like running from it. Do you know what I mean? So anyways, go ahead and check out this clip right here where he does say that.
And I just needed a big break because I think they really took the fun out of the beauty community. With Tati's last video, it was just like the craziest thing. And I think it ruined beauty.
How frustrated do you get when you see people lying on the internet and you know it's a lie?
It used to make me really angry and I felt like I had to like make sure everyone knew, but it's just not, I can't fight everyone's battle.
So yeah, as you guys can see from right there, I'm just kind of like, ugh. Like, because honestly, look, if I was in that scenario, I would have been like, I feel like Tati's video really kind of like started the downfall of the beauty community, and then I played my role in it too. Like, I really did mess up. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm just that type of person that I really am like, I'm self-aware. Do you know what I mean? Like, the mistakes that I make, I know what I do wrong, I know what I say wrong, and I'm just kind of like gonna own that at all times. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like he just kind of runs away from that. Also within this podcast, I'm not gonna play the clip, but but I do want to tell you guys that they were talking about the whole Michaela situation, and I do want to say I thought it was really funny how, you know, everyone still goes with she shouldn't have lied about the mascara, and he did talk about that as well too. I feel like this podcast actually, like the part that just had Jeffree in it, was actually really interesting. I do feel like some of the things that he said, I was like, oh wow. And then another thing that I'm going to be playing a clip of is he was talking about the Rhode skin. Oh my god, I want to call it Rhode pest control, because within the video he says, does anybody use Rhode pest control? And I'm like, okay, like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of times people take things too far, but I know Jeffree's whole shtick is to like kind of like be controversial and say some edgy things and get people talking about him. That's always worked for him. That's always sold his brand. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like at the end of the day, like I told you guys before, and I'm sorry, I feel like I'm probably going to get attacked, but I feel like the whole Selena and Hailey Bieber drama was just so completely blown out of proportion that I'm just like, I just really don't get it. Do you know what I mean? Even if they were throwing a little bit of shade at each other, like, okay, like, I feel like that's normal. Y'all know, like, I'm big into the rap game, you know what I mean? And I, like, love Nicki Minaj. And I'm like, look at Nicki Minaj, like, she throws shade at, like, Megan Thee Stallion. And then, like, Megan Thee Stallion will throw shade at her. And then, like, Doja Cat will throw shade at so-and-so. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, that's just the name of the game. I feel like if they obviously got on there and they threw a little bit of shade at each other, like, it's really not that big of a deal. Do you know what I mean? In my opinion. But you guys know how I am. Anyways, go ahead and check out this clip right here.
Hailey Bieber or someone on her team did flag my video. And TikTok was very sweet to be like, what? Why? And then they brought her back.
Yeah. So I wrote down a bunch of celebrity beauty brands,
Yeah.
Rhode being at the top of the list,
Yeah.
because we saw that it was reported and
Yeah.
you weren't a fan of it. I want to go through these brands and kind of give like...
Now, have you tried Rhode Pest Control? I mean, skincare.
I have not. use it. I'm not a...
Oh, this is so cool. Okay, so no,
up, I use it.
so no shade.
Yeah.
Why or what makes you actually enjoy it versus everything on the market?
So as y'all can see from right there, he was a little bit shady towards Hailey Bieber. There is several other things on this podcast that he did talk about, but those are just kind of like the main topics that I wanted to talk about, because I know the whole Hailey Bieber situation was like really a big deal. Also, I still don't know if he was sent that in PR or paid for it, because still so many people are saying that he actually paid for that package just to throw it away, which literally blows my mind. I mean, I know he's so rich, but I cannot imagine spending money on a product just to throw it away. I don't know if maybe he really was sent it in PR or not, because I obviously don't know what the PR box looks like. I'm just looking at people's comments and people are saying like, this is not the PR box and he actually paid for this and ordered it and then like threw it away. And I'm like, that's just so crazy to me. But like, I mean, I get it, you know, like obviously everybody wants to be talked about and everyone wants to get views and attention. And I feel like obviously he was doing this to kind of get attention and traction on his TikTok. Also, another thing that he said within his video is that Hailey Bieber or someone on her team flagged his video to have it taken down from TikTok. What do you guys feel about that? Because in my personal opinion, I kind of feel like with TikTok, they're very, very sensitive over there and videos get flagged for like the smallest issue ever. So I'm like, I don't really know if like her team actually flagged it or if it was just a coincidence that TikTok flagged it. Do you know what I mean? Either which way, I feel like it was a little bit petty, it was a little bit shady, but I guess it's all meant for entertainment, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, that is it for today's video. Make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything. Y'all, I feel like whenever I take any allergy meds, like I really struggled with in this video. I'm like, woo, it makes me like loopy. Even if it's non-drowsy, I'm literally still like, oh wow. I still feel spacey. Do you know what I mean? Anyways, make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.